Welcome to Salt Lake City and Transition Day here at the Energy Solutions Arena. Along with Ryan Hansen and Tom Duddleston, I'm Richard Page for the Arizona Basketball Tournament Report. And Tom, just talk a little bit about, obviously, the Transition Day and what happens today as we move from the round of 64 to the round of 32.
Well, today's a little more of a closed operation day. You look inward rather than outward. The team will have a closed practice for about 90 minutes out here. They will have some media obligations. But I think it's more of a time where the coaches are doing their really serious work for tomorrow's action. Everyone expected maybe it would be one team, it's the other team. But, you know, they've taken a look at all the opponents, and today is one of those hard work days for the staff. For us, a little bit backstage activity still, but I think it's kind of an inward rather than outward compared to yesterday.
You know, Ryan, as Tom touched on, the fans see an upset, but there are no upsets on the coaching staff side of things. Talk a little bit about the team preparation on a day like today.
These coaches have been around the tournament long enough, and we've been in those shoes where we have been upset. We've been in those shoes where we've been that higher seed just a couple of years ago in Miami when we were the 12 upsetting a 5. So you just have to prepare for both teams. So the coaching staff last night, Book Richardson and James Whitford, sat courtside and watched the Harvard-New Mexico game up close and in person. And we're scouting both teams to get an indication of what we should expect to see in tomorrow's action. They spent a lot of hours last night breaking down tape. Our behind-the-scenes video coordinator, Danny Peters, had a collection of video on both teams so that in the event Harvard were to win, and which they did, the coaching staff would be able to break that tape down and show the players who got to see their first action of tape today with the coaches. Of course, they watched the game last night themselves. They were in the arena for the first half, got to see the second half from their hotel. So going into practice today, there will be some tape that they've watched at the hotel, more tape tonight in preparation for the game tomorrow.
You know, Tom, as we move into the second or third round of the tournament, obviously it's a day to sort of take a breath and obviously prepare for the next round, but there's always a good feeling when you win that first game, as we did last night, and then the bounce that you get moving into the practice and preparation for tomorrow's game. There's
always a bounce. I mean, over the course of my experience, I've been around some Wildcats who uttered some pretty famous or very likable quotes. Winning beats losing. You know, that's a tough one. And Chris Mills always said, long we win, I don't care. So when you do win, you get that relief, and then you turn right around and there's another game right in your face. So it's short-lived, but this is one of those days where we have a little momentum and we'll see what we can do.
You know, Rhino, real quick, what do coaches do a lot of times to make sure the focus gets back on the basketball and the preparation for tomorrow's game as opposed to just feeling good about what happened last night?
Well, one good thing for Arizona, as most Pac-12 schools can experience in this tournament, this is a Pac-12 weekend. Your typical Thursday, Saturday, and now we had some Wednesday, Sundays this year, but that quick turnaround where you really can be excited in the hotel that evening, which happened last night, but then you have to turn back around. So those meetings at breakfast first thing this morning, that was the talk of the breakfast, was that it's time to now put everything behind us. Did we win by 1? Did we win by 100? It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter who's on the jersey, the chest, because I know a lot of fans may have been excited thinking Harvard was a better matchup for Arizona than New Mexico. But guess what? Harvard put a hurt on New Mexico. So clearly Harvard has a quality basketball program, and it is about focus today. It is fun in the off day, but it's now focus because, as Tom Duddleston uttered, winning beats losing. That is apropos.
As we always say, survive and advance here at the NCAA tournament. And for the Arizona Basketball Tournament Report, I'm Richard Page.